Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm William.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything tabletop role-playing games.
Today we are covering Obox-Ob, the Prince of Vermin.
1, 2, 3, 4. Shout out to
Welcome, adventurers, to the Dungeoncast.
Hey, Brian.
Demonlords.
Demonlords.
It's our back. It's a Demon Lord episode.
Indeed.
It's our
a
fucking
Demon Lord
wheelhouse.
episode.
I'm so stoked. Let's go swan dive into the best Demon Lord of your life. That's Demogorgon, and then we'll move on to the
Demogorgon's going to come up this episode. But before we say any of that, I just want it to be known that this is another patron-voted episode.
Yes.
The patrons spoke, and they decided that it's going to be a Demon Lord episode. We're talking about Obox-Ob. If you guys are interested, if any of you guys listening are interested in telling us what we should talk about, get on Patreon and get involved in the suggestion threads and the polls to vote in what we're going to talk about at least once a month.
They're always a lot of fun. Patreon.com/thedungeoncast. You can also get these episodes of the show early and ad-free.
Yeah.
It looks like all the hair trigger topics from Patreon have been addressed, and they're like, okay, let's give the guys a demon. Like, can we get back to Demon Lords now?
Yeah. So
There you go.
So here we are. Obox-Ob, the Prince of Vermin. The Prince of Demons, ? This title has been held by only 3 different entities in the history of Dungeons & Dragons.
That's right.
The current prince and mightiest of all demons is, of course, Demogorgon. Long may he reign.
Shout out to Demogorgon.
Shout out to Demogorgon.
An organic shout out to Demogorgon.
Indeed. Before Demogorgon.
Shout out to Demogorgon.
Before Demogorgon.
Shout out to Demogorgon.
There was Miska, the wolf spider, who in tandem with the Queen of Chaos attempted to annihilate the forces of law from the universe before he was forever imprisoned by the Rod of 7 Parts.
Neat.
Before Miska, there was the original Prince of Demons. In the age before ages, when the Obriths ruled the Abyss, the mightiest among them was Obox-Ob, Prince of Demons.
The episode title guy, it came up. I was also thinking about how Dagon was almost the Prince of Demons. But like just kind of chilled for a little too long. It's kind of fence sat for a little while.
Yeah, I think Dagon's just playing this really long game that's impossible to really predict.
Yeah, it's true.
He's a wild card for sure.
Fist bump to the homie.
He's going to come up this episode as well. Before we get into Obox-Ob as a singular entity, let's have a quick recap on Obriths, Tanari, and the differences between the two.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I would love a
very
recap.
long time. Obriths are an eldritch race of demons so ancient that they predate mortal life and even the existence of the gods. It is said that they likely originally came from a completely different universe. Their abominable forms are utterly alien and bear nearly no resemblance to modern mortal life, unlike Tanari demons, who, though definitely twisted and horrifying to behold, tend to resemble humanoids or animals in their forms. It is said that simply looking upon their strange shapes can drive a mortal insane, and even the cosmos itself is horrified by their presence.
Yikes. Yes. I love this shit. Give me more.
More than ugly, the forms of the Obriths are simply wrong, their noxious vileness transcending to the ranks of fact. This atrociousness extends beyond visual appearance to every aspect of their existence. Everything from the sounds they make to the foul odors they exude to the taste they leave in one's mouth is an appalling affront to all senses.
Yeah, man. That sounds great.
While undoubtedly absolutely malevolent, Obriths seem much more focused on their adversarial position against law rather than good. Their ancient intelligence is bent on the infinite scope of the cosmos' balance in a way most Tanari just don't or can't due to their more impatient nature and their constant craving of destruction and death. Or at least it used to be that way.
Right. What happened?
Despite their extreme power and ancient knowledge, the Obriths have fallen nearly to the brink of extinction, brought down and hunted by the more numerous Tanari demons. Defeated and dying, relatively few Obriths remain in the Abyss's most remote recesses, and of those that do, few maintain any real influence. Those that have continued to cling to existence either have the approval of the Tanari, the effort it would take to fight them is not worth their defeat, or have claimed domains too inhospitable or isolated to try conquering.
Jesus. Okay.
The Tanari, or traditional demons, were originally the creations of the Obriths. Spawned from the abyssal corruption of sinful mortal souls, Tanari are a concentrated representation of the chaotic evil mortals are capable of. Being beings of chaos, the only true rule behind their forms is that they follow function, each shape an adaptation to the infinitely inhospitable depths of the abyss. Furthermore, the Tanari are ever mutable, always in a state of individual evolution to grow stronger, the path of which is also depends on the nature of their environment.
So as long as all the organs or pipes, whatever is inside of them, are all connected properly for like movement and what have you.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, okay, do they live in the water? Then they probably need gills and fins and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, do they live in a heated environment? Well, okay, they probably have like thick skin and like are cold-blooded or something. You know what I mean? Like they always adapt. Honestly, demons in Dungeons and Dragons are basically Pokemon.
Yeah, they're like the spirits of the land.
Yeah,
but bad.
But super bad and super chaotic.
They're like No Face.
But they always adapt and they always evolve.
Is No Face a fucking Tanari demon?
No, I don't think so.
Isn't it like the born of the pollution of the river or whatever the fuck?
Is that what No Face is?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this later.
Okay. I'm about to watch all the. I'm doing a Studio Ghibli March.
Oh, nice, dude.
So I'll let you know.
My personal favorites. I do love Spirited Away, but my personal favorites are Nausicaa Valley of the Wind.
Yes, that I haven't seen that one, and I'm going to. It's high on the list after we watch Howls and
Howls is great.
Spirited Away,
and also Princess Mononoke. If you get the chance.
It's literally the next two we're gonna watch after we like
so good.
Show like Howls is like a
Howls is great. I love Howls.
Classic.
Have you seen Princess Mononoke?
No, I haven't seen either of those.
Oh,
So
dude.
yeah, those two are gonna be good.
You were in for a treat. Those movies, you're in for a treat.
I haven't seen many of them actually.
There's a lot.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna watch them.
All right,
it's gonna be a thing we do as a family.
Though now the process of Tanari birth is self-propagated, the very first Tanari breeds were not truly born from the first humanoid souls to enter the abyss, but rather forged from them. Unfortunately for the Oberiths, their hubris prevented them from seeing the obvious. Eventually, the Tanari far outnumbered their Oberith overlords, and when the Queen of Chaos was defeated, they revolted, led by the first and most powerful of their kind, Demogorgon.
Shout out to Demogorgon.
So let us drift back in time.
This brings me great joy.
Before the Blood War, before the revolt of the Tanari, before the Queen of Chaos's war against the forces of law, to the age before ages. And let's finally talk about Obox-Ob.
Obox-Ob. It's like saying bomb-om, but kind of backwards. I don't know.
Box.
Box-Obo is the anagram.
Yeah. Obox-Ob is an Oberith demon lord and one of the few Oberith demon lords left. He is the prince of poisons and verminous creatures. He is an eldritch being from a long-forgotten era before the Tanari demons. He was the original prince of demons, and though he is now a mere shadow of his original self, it is said that Obox-Ob is the one entity in existence that Demogorgon may truly fear.
Shout out to Demogorgon.
Obox-Ob is a nightmarish entity to behold. Seemingly a cross between a backward scorpion and a monstrous millipede, with clusters of chitinous arachnoid limbs ending in deadly talons, erratically clamoring about his distended form. The places where his three-faced head and three massive tails should be are reversed, although both ends are equipped with wicked stingers. His tail edges are jagged and drip with a black venom, while his hideous visages, supported by a thick neck stalk, have a hollow corkscrew-shaped spike at the end of his horrifically long red tongue. His three faces give him three sets of malicious crimson eyes, and a vertical maw houses his tongue.
I love monster descriptions that are long like that. You have a kid? Have you read the Gruffalo?
No, I have not read the Gruffalo
Oh my god,
yet.
It's basically just like segmented version of like monster description like that. It's so fucking good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Obox-Ob was in fact the first and most powerful Oberith to rise from the primeval chaos of the abyss. Not much is known about that time since it was before gods or mortals. Even the most ancient of demon lords would have either not been born yet or would have only existed as a low-level Tanari demon at the time, with some exceptions. What is known is that Obox-Ob ruled the entire abyss as Prince of Demons until betrayal and subterfuge led to his assassination.
I wonder, are we going to talk about like the specifics of that and how like Demogorgon do the thing himself or what?
No, because Obox-Ob's story doesn't touch on Demogorgon's story until later.
I see.
In the now, Obox-Ob and Demogorgon are very much at odds.
Right, yeah, that would make sense.
But during Obox-Ob's reign, Demogorgon wasn't even born yet.
Oh, okay, so it's this queen? Is that who's responsible?
Queen of Chaos is the one who's kind of bridges the two.
I see. Yeah,
So
okay.
we will get into it.
That's cool. Yeah,
Moth is
Demogorgon
attacking
shows up and is like 3 heads? Stupid. You do it with 2. You do the shit with 2. What's up?
Absolutely. So, where was I? As the Oberiths of the Abyss came to learn about and become aware of the other planes, the brazen queen of chaos, another Oberth demon lord, came to the conclusion that it was for her to bring ruin to such realms. And her first course of action to achieve this goal was to murder the current prince of demons, Obox-Ob.
That's a fucking shower thought.
Yeah,
She's
absolutely.
like, you know what? I could fucking do this.
Why not me?
Why not? I'm so clean right now. I can do anything.
It's so true.
That is a crazy bug to be
Dude,
just
yeah.
flying around in
Dude,
here.
it got in my face earlier.
Oh, what?
That's why I was
didn't
like,
even notice.
I was doing this. I was like a moth.
You know, you're really animated with your hands when you speak all the time anyway.
Yeah, it's
For
true.
listeners of this show, you don't like, sometimes you'll
true.
hear mic bumps and like stuff and it's Will.
Dude, what is that? That's like a mosquito?
It's a
like-
mosquito hawk. We
It's
got
a
those.
mosquito hawk.
We got
Oh,
those
boy.
around. Yeah, it's
All right.
we're breaching into summer here.
Yeah.
It's July now, so
It's an abyssal incursion. It's happening live.
it's the mosquitoes from Jumanji.
You know, there's funnily enough, we're gonna get into it. There are like super evil, crazy mosquito demons that we're gonna talk about in today's episode.
Oh hell yeah!
So-
Dude, it's truly a Dungeoncast episode now because we talked about Demogorgon and Jumanji.
It's very
Yeah,
true.
We nailed
Yeah.
it. We probably have to make some dick jokes and then fucking who knows what else. Tell people we love them. We love you guys.
We love you guys. All right, let's get back to it. So, Queen of Chaos wants to take over the world, decides, I'm going to kill Prince of Demons, Obox-Ob.
Yeah.
And she did so with the assistance of a mighty Tanari demon known as Miska, the wolf spider,
Mm.
who in turn had the backing of the entire Tanari population. Because, you know, he was their boy.
Right. That's a lot.
Yeah. The details on how it was done are not stated, but it is said that it was the sheer audacity of the move itself that ensured the queen's success, since such action against the Prince of Demons, who had already refused her call to war, was entirely unexpected.
Okay.
The thing about Obox-Ob, though, was that his level of power was so immense that slaying his body was not enough to actually kill him.
Dope. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, like a deity, he had many aspects or avatars throughout the abyss at any and all times, including when the Queen of Chaos struck. But the Queen of Chaos was very aware of this and took measures to ensure all aspects and avatars would also face annihilation. Although all of his aspects tried to fight or escape, they were slaughtered by the Queen except for two. One that hid within an exceptionally deep layer of the abyss known as Zionin. This is the main one that we'll be talking about today.
Okay.
And a lesser-known second aspect that had survived by imprisoning its essence within the original layer of the abyss that served as Obox-Ob's seat of power, the Blood Shallows. While safe from the Queen of Chaos, it is forever unable to free itself from the physical expression of the layer. Thus, demons continue to squabble over the layer, unknowing that while he remains unseen, the true lord of the layer will never allow any other to rule here. So it's like it will forever be unconquered because
Right. It'll usurp you somehow.
he now is the layer.
Right.
And he doesn't want anyone to rule here.
You'll sit on the throne and the throne will fucking eat you.
Exactly.
It's like one of the nasty Horcruxes.
Few beings, such as the partially insane Bernoloths or perhaps Dagon, even knows that this aspect exists.
Just bump to the homie.
For eons, this aspect of Obox-Ob slunk and skulked to the safety of his new sanctuary as a shadow of his former self. We're back to the original one. When Obox-Ob finally left the safety of his lair for the first time, he discovered that he and the rule of the Oberths were a thing of the past. Now the Tanari ruled, and his kind had been hunted down to near extinction.
Okay.
Once one of the most reviled and powerful residents of the Abyss, the Prince of Vermin's primal fury, has only grown alongside the cravings for his former glory. Even his own lair is not safe from his rage-fueled rampages, and he frequently brings ruin upon his own servitors. His hatred for the Tanari, to which his former position was bestowed upon and had betrayed their masters, runs unimaginably deep, and he seeks no less than their utter extinction.
Sick.
Yeah, that isn't to say, however, that his hatred ends with the Tanari or even the fallen Queen of Chaos. Obox-Ob seeks to bring about the annihilation of all things. It is just that his ire is most directly pointed at the current rulers of the Abyss.
Makes sense to me.
So yeah, he's gone full nihilistic. He's just like,
Yeah,
I
fuck
was happy
Yeah.
and everyone fucked it all up. So I'm fucking coming for everybody.
Yeah. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
But he's like, there's a reason you got beat.
Yeah, I mean, he got assassinated.
Right. Okay.
But
all this plotting.
Yeah.
We're all plotting. Everybody's plotting.
Everyone's plotting is the Abyss.
You gotta plot your plots.
If Demogorgon were to ever grow weakened or be defeated,
Unlikely.
either by Obox-Ob's hand or another, the Prince of Vermin would quickly attempt to reclaim his status, sending increasingly powerful waves of Oberths to attack the gaping maw. If allowed to retake his position as Prince of Demons, the Tanari would quickly fade away as the Oberths emerged from and retook the Abyss, infesting the Astral Sea and spreading like a virulent plague throughout the multiverse. Until he does return to his prime, however, Obox-Ob's plans for revenge will have to wait.
Yeah, they will.
Obox-Ob's primary concern is recovering from his diminished state in order to reestablish himself as Prince of Demons. He's actually nearly succeeded in retaining his godlike power at least once before, when he nearly merged an entire material world into his lair to serve as a ritualistic sacrifice to restore his power. He failed, though, when an adventuring group of heroes thwarted his plans at the last second.
God damn it! Fucking adventurers! God damn it!
I was this close.
Yeah, let's break the fourth wall until once a group of you assholes out there fucked up Obox-Ob.
Indeed.
How infuriating has that got to be? Like, God.
Yeah, you're doing all this stuff, and
I
then
was so
a bunch
close,
of mortals
and
show
4 randos showed up and
Mhm.
like cast bless and just fucked me up
That's
so
hilarious.
bad.
It was the wish spell, I'm
That
sure.
guy hit me for 86.
You know, I should have
even use a high level smite.
I should have included the name of the adventure module that's included in, but I forgot to do that. I'm sorry, guys.
If you had to guess, which one would you think it is?
What
And then-
module? I don't
yeah.
know. One of the second edition ones? I don't know.
Can you guys tell us what module it is in
I'm
the comments?
sure they will.
Everybody knows what module it is, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we just don't.
We
Can you guys
don't.
help us? Leave a YouTube comment. If you do, and you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, you'll be entered to win a copy of Baldur's Gate 3, which we will give out to one random person who does those 3 things I just described when we hit 50,000 YouTube subscribers, which is
Coming
happening
up very soon.
Yeah, we've hit 48,000, and we continue to march toward that. So please further our efforts so we can hand out this book. God, it made me tired to do a plug right there. It made me so tired.
Yeah. Maybe we should take a short
Let's
rest.
take a short rest.
Let's do it.
We've returned.
Indeed we have.
We're fucking back. Can you
Indeed we are.
believe it? Can you believe it that this is episode 349 of
I-
this podcast?
I can believe it.
You know, you might have heard this early compared to its normal release date if you went to patreon.com/thedungeoncast and hit us with a $5 every month, because like once a month, $5, that's like fucking a pittance. Pittance for earlies.
Well, it goes a long way to help us.
Yeah, early it really does. Early ad-free episodes, a pittance to you, but it does mean leaps and bounds for us as a team, as a 2-man squad on this podcast. It's actually much more than that these days. We've got several other people that we're very thankful for that help us do a lot, cover the odds and ends, and help us with like some of the important stuff that we do on the show that we would normally not be able to do or forget to do because we're kind of that way. So thanks to you guys. You guys know who you are, our legendary listeners. And yeah, that patreon.com/dungeoncast is a really cool place to get really cool stuff that we made extra for you. It's like special merch, all kinds of stuff. But let's get back to it.
Let's get back to it. So, Zionin, the domain of the Oberth Lord or Obox-Ob, is a realm of vermin-infested, jagged badlands abutting vast oceans of thick, syrupy resin.
Ooh.
The layer is absolutely infested with swarming Oberths called ecolids. Absolutely horrifying insect-like demons that appear as terrifying fusion of ant, spider, and scorpion with 3 membranous wings on their thorax.
I almost read the parentheses in the transatlantic.
Oh,
accent.
yeah?
I felt like, but I didn't want to take it from you.
I mean, I would have gone with it.
If I just start reading everything in parentheses from the notes, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm down to try.
Oh, we'll try it out next time. Next time it comes up, if I remember, I'll do it.
Endless plagues of fiendish vermin, horrific abominations, and Oberths unseen throughout the rest of the abyss all reside in this lair.
Wow.
The ecolids that serve as Obox-Ob's debased aristocracy construct enormously complex hive cities by dipping mortal victims into this foul-smelling goop, which completely hardens their body at the exact moment of suffocation, making each treated victim a unique sculpture of terrifying death. The industrious Ecolids pile these hardened corpses into nightmarish cathedrals, temples, and towers that crowd their buzzing cities, all pleasing monuments to Obox-Ob and his unholy wrath.
Jeez. Cool. Okay.
The chattering markets of Ecolid cities offer poisons from 100 worlds and slaves for use as incubators, but the meticulous Oberths have little patience for mortals and generally attack them on sight. The choicest captives are impregnated with eggs of Ecolid high nobility, and the creatures gather in vast numbers to observe wild sessions of performance hatching.
Oh my God. Why is that in quotes?
Yeah, with high honors going to the Ecolids responsible for the most gruesome death of a host creature.
Oh, wow. This is just a lot. That was a lot.
Yep, it keeps going.
Oh.
In addition to the foul Ecolids and Obox-Ob himself, Xionin is home to countless varieties of fiendish vermin and aberrations, including abyssal ant swarms. Due to the extreme hostility of most natives to mortal explorers, the Fraternity of Order, this is another sigil faction, they're coming up now, planar organization like the Harmonium, have placed Xionin on the indefinite interdiction, forbidding its members from braving its unwholesome dangers.
Oh, wow. Okay, there it is. All right, neat.
When it comes to allies, Obox-Ob has few. Almost all others are enemies to him, but Obox-Ob's number one enemy is Demogorgon.
Shout out to Demogorgon.
Shout out to Demogorgon, who quite frankly seems to be a lot of other Demon Lords' public enemy number one.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, when you're standing at the top,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, everyone wants to take a shot.
Yeah.
So unlike Orcus or Grotz, though, Obox-Ob is potentially the one being that Demogorgon could be said to fear, to the point where even an aspect of the former Prince of Demons will give Demogorgon pause. Obox-Ob holds an unbridled hatred for Demogorgon that is all-encompassing.
So everyone hates Demogorgon, or a lot of Demon Lords want the position, right? Like Orcus and Demogorgon don't get along, right?
Yeah,
So,
no
like,
doubt they hate each other.
But
yeah.
this guy,
They're rivals.
This guy extra hates Demogorgon because
Yeah.
he got beat, and then he was like, he told me 2 heads, but then he outsourced his 3rd heads to his homie.
I guess so. Yeah, sure. I think the idea here is Obox-Ob comes back and he doesn't even get to face the people that deposed him. Now there's just some new guy at the top.
Yeah, fuck whoever that is.
And when he was the Prince of Demons, this new guy and all his brethren were literally like slave chattel. So like to him it's like anathema to what reality should be, right? And I think on Demogorgon's side, it's this weird, like, Demogorgon never got to meet Obox-Ob.
Right.
He only heard stories.
Right, yeah.
and
so he sees an aspect of it and is like, I don't know.
Like, he's the OG Prince of Demons. And, like, I mean, it's not like Demogorgon even deposed the Queen of Chaos or Miska the Wolfspire. Those two just got defeated on their own, and Demogorgon rose up. He led a rebellion, you know what I mean? So I think, like, it's that unknown factor, and it's that factor of, like, the Oberths are our creators, and like the OG's out there somewhere, and like
True, yeah.
he's an unknown factor to me. So Orcus is a known factor. Like there's respectful hatred and rivalry between the two.
Yeah, you know what to expect.
Yeah, you know what to expect. But I think that's why Obox-Ob gives Demogorgon pause, because he's like a legend, you know?
Right. Yeah. It's like if you. It's like if Demogorgon played basketball and Obox-Ob was like retired Michael Jordan, and he's like, I know I am like younger and more spry than you, but you're Michael Jordan.
You're Michael Jordan.
Michael
Exactly.
Jordan,
That's absolutely
okay.
right. And interestingly enough, Obox-Ob's relation with Dagon, a fellow Oberth Demon Lord, is surrounded by rumors.
Oh man.
For those maybe new to the podcast or just this particular subject matter, Dagon, despite being an Oberth, serves as Demogorgon's oracle, confidant, and number one ally. Demogorgon is extremely powerful and has a genius intellect, albeit an insane one. But Dagon's knowledge and intellect is otherworldly. Some believe that it has only been through secrets shared by Dagon that Demogorgon has managed to remain Prince of Demons for so long.
And I'm positive that because we have a Dagon episode that's not too long ago. What, 50 episodes ago?
Something like that, yeah, about a year ago.
Was it episode 300? Was Dagon?
Yeah.
Damn, I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, time flies.
But yeah, that's I 100% endorse that ideal that Dagon is part of what keeps Demogorgon.
Oh,
in place.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Some whispers claim that Obox-Ob has managed to wriggle his chief lieutenant Lacer to make a pact with the Prince of the Depths, allowing his pawn to inhabit the Shadow Sea in his half-alive fortress. Others say that Lacer is in an active fight against Dagon and aims to one day kill him in his lair with his small army of assassins. Whatever the case, Dagon has yet to move against Lacer, perhaps because he does not fear him the slightest, or possibly because of his connection to the former Prince of Demons, Obox-Ob.
Yeah, it makes sense to go through the Shadow Sea because the Shadow Sea connects directly to the Gaping Maw.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like adjacent layers.
Yeah.
Just a lot like how you would go through the Buck's Anus to get to the Nemesis. If you listen to last episode.
You can't just say that, Brian.
The Shadow Sea is the Buck's Anus of the Abyss.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about Lacer.
Uh-huh.
I've never heard of him before researching this episode, and I think it's pretty interesting. He's a pretty interesting character. So, Lacer appears as an emaciated humanoid about 9 feet tall, yet weighing barely 140 pounds. He has twin rapiers wired into his hands, and shards of broken glass pierce his feet.
Okay, Kratos.
These are remnants of his torturous birth at Obox-Ob's inhuman hands. His jaw is filled with needle teeth, and an immense wound from gullet to groin has been stitched shut with thick black twine.
Oh, God.
Now and then, tiny spidery legs slip out between the stitches as the nightmares inside of him probe for release.
Oh, God, like Oogie Boogie? Fuck, what the hell?
Yep. Lacer was once human. A planar explorer generally credited with the discovery of Zionin, the 663rd layer of the Abyss. On his first visit, he remained only for a few minutes before being forced to flee. It was on his second, which I don't know why the fuck there would ever be a second, but there was, that he was captured by the region's ruler.
He got that madness bug.
I guess so.
He's a fucking Lovecraft character at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. The Prince of Vermin had never seen a human before, but he knew what they were. Using horrific methods best left undocumented, Obox-Ob transformed Lacer into a minion, forcing a transformation from mortal to demon. He then sent his puppet out into the abyss to serve initially as a spy. His humanoid form, Obox-Ob hoped, would allow him to gather intelligence on the demons. And for a while it worked, but eventually the truth of Lacer's origins came out when the Dark Prince Grost discovered the truth of Lacer's origins.
Oh, interesting. We got some Grost going on.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Since then, Obox-Ob has repurposed Lacer into a powerful assassin. One, it is rumored, is being groomed to be a slayer of Demonlords. Hated by the Demonlords as a traitor and a mockery, Obox-Ob modified Lacer's original incarnation so that he now prefers to dwell in the deepest reaches of the Abyssinian Ocean, or Shadow Sea.
Okay.
Lacer dwells in a mobile fortress constructed from half-living, half-fossilized creatures of the deep, a spine-covered abomination known only as the Seahold. Tales persist that the Seahold can move back and forth from the Abyssinian Ocean and the deep oceans of the material plane.
I'm surprised that this is this new information to me? Like, did we cover this in the Dagon episode at all? I can't remember anymore.
I don't think so.
And now I'm thinking, like, did I read about it and omit it because it was kind of out there? Lore?
Yeah, it didn't seem to be. I don't think I would not have included it in a Dagon
Maybe
episode.
I did that. Yeah. I'm not the one that researches for these episodes typically, but it's fun for me to take a day, give Will a day off every once in a while. But,
absolutely.
You know,
finally, when it comes to potential allies, there is the unknowable elder evil. There is Doom, who shares Obox-Ob's desire for destruction. The Prince of Vermin has shown interest in releasing the Chain God from his prison. They share the exact same omnicidal goal and would be an absolutely terrible alliance to behold. Because remember, end goal is destroy everything.
Always, yeah. To rip reality's fabric into shreds and remake the world in the shape of the abyss?
Well, no.
Not even that?
So there's Dune and Obox-Ob. No. They just want
not
everything
them.
gone.
They just want to obliterate
They want
everything.
absolute omnicidal.
That's right. Okay.
Like many Demonlords, Obox-Ob has a cult. Obox-Ob is the patron of those who see divinity in vermin, and whose cults dwell in deserts of ancient ruins where they can be close to his sacred creatures, the scorpions. Although they are a powerful force on many worlds, the cultists of Obox-Ob have to operate in the shadows after a near victory and humiliating defeat, where his worshippers failed to draw a material world into the abyss. By disrupting the magical flow of the ritual at an important phase, the heroes of the realm foiled his attempt to use the world as a power to ascend, forcing Obox-Ob and his followers to act more cautiously.
There they are again.
Yeah, there they are again.
Fucking adventurers.
Since this humiliating defeat, Obox-Ob has quietly observed his remaining cults, waiting for one to achieve similar chances of success in the future. Until then, these cults maintain a low profile. Clerics of Obox-Ob have access to the domains of chaos, destruction, entropy, and evil. His symbol is a scorpion dangling by its tail from a jawless human skull covered with twisting runes. The scorpion's tail is threaded through the skull's eye sockets.
Oh, wow. This is crazy.
Yep.
This parentheses thing isn't working out.
No,
sorry. It's okay. It's not going to happen. There was this episode of Batman the Animated Series, which
All right.
I'm a big fan of, obviously.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it into an FBATS episode, but it's where all of Batman's bad guys show up and have like an AA meeting. Not like an AA.
Oh, I know the episode you're
They're like
talking about.
talking about like their adventures that they're close calls with Batman.
Yeah, they're having like group therapy, right? Or no, it's like poker night. It's poker
like
night.
poker night.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
it.
And then it's been a while since I've watched that one because I was
it's
like,
like Scarecrow, Poison Ivy's there.
Yeah, Two-Face is there.
Two-Face is
they
there.
rag on Two-Face so much. Fucking yeah, the Joker's like giving Two-Face a real hard time.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, the Penguin's there. I think like I don't think Rupert Thorne is there, which is like a big Batman the Animated Series bad guy. But yeah, they're all talking. I feel like the Demonlords would have an episode like that where they're all like sitting around talking about how 4 random fucking adventurers showed up and thwarted them.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
like, I was this close to unweaving reality, and then they opened up a gate, and then Orcus came out and punched me in the fucking nutsack, and then they fired a big old fireball spell on us. And then Demogorgon showed up and slapped the shit out of me.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think that's exactly what would happen. That's too funny.
They all have their own story about when 4 random fucking adventurers
Ruin their
fucked
day.
everything up.
Yeah, I love that. As a being of chaos incarnate, Obox-Ob's very presence erodes sanity and poisons the mind. His aberrant form inflicts mind-rending nightmares on those that look upon it and instills a permanent sense of entomophobic
That's the
dread.
fear of insects.
Yeah, fear of insects within the victim, only curable by the most powerful spells and casters. Even hearing the deafening drone caused by the movements of his chitinous body armor can cause temporary confusion from the sheer chaotic cacophony of the shrieking screams. Now, I don't know why Obox-Ob's body shell shrieks and screams. It is not explained. It is only stated.
Maybe he made an Oogie Boogie guy, right? So maybe he's kind of like an Oogie Boogie guy.
Maybe. I think that kind of is the idea. All I know is like, literally in the 3.5 stat block that is Obox-Ob, like he has a feature called like chitinous body armor shrieks or whatever it's called, and that's it. Literally is this.
I wonder if
it drives you insane to hear
Dragon
him.
magazine lore about it. But yeah, for him to have like, oh, my armor's from the outer world, like the pre world where like shit just kind of screams sometimes. I don't know.
Yours doesn't?
Your armor doesn't scream? That's weird and stupid.
Rather than poison, his tongue contains raw chaos matter which he can implant into the flesh of other beings.
Oh, cool.
The entropic power slowly consumes the unfortunate target's body and soul until they are utterly destroyed with only magic like dispel chaos delaying the process, and the strongest of restorative magic bring back the lost soul without the degradation continuing. He also possesses telekinetic powers and the ability to create symbols of insanity.
So is this what he did to Lacer? Probably.
I think what did
just like oil changes
the
on
thing
him,
is
like upkeep.
the raw injected chaos like slowly unravels you.
Right.
So I don't think he did that to Lacer because that would have undone him, and he needed him. He wanted to transform him into something.
Yeah, but it's saying that like you can slow it down. And,
you
like,
can. You can, and maybe he controls it, and maybe he did use it.
Okay.
The Prince of Vermin also possesses power over lower life forms, able to summon pestilent swarms and enormous arthropods. His more powerful abilities allow him to turn objects into massive insectoids, and the venom of his tails drains the minds of those he stings until they succumb and transform into giant fiendish scorpions. All of the victims' memories are erased, and only a wish or miracle can return them to their previous form. And even then, their intellects are still in a ruined state.
This is what happened to the Scorpion King with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, he ran into Obox-Ob.
Yeah, he got stabbed by one of these things and became a scorpion.
That's hilarious. So that's Obox-Ob, man. That's all I got on him. I scoured everywhere for as much as I could. I think
he's the centipede one.
He's a scorpion. Did you ever pull up an image? Let me pull up an image.
Oh, yeah.
You should pull up an image because he's fucking wild looking.
Okay.
Obox-Ob, and there's multiple depictions of him.
I assume I've seen him before.
It's maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
he's a centipede / scorpion one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've seen this one before?
No, I don't think I have actually.
Yeah, he's fucking wild looking.
This is a cool like.
It's confusing to look at.
Yeah, the 3 heads are down here, but the tail looks like a head also.
Well, the tail is the head, and down where the heads should be are tails. Are scorpion stingers, yeah.
Wasn't it saying something about him having 3 heads?
So yes, he's supposed to have 3 faces. You'll see.
Oh, I see. Now
This
I
one,
see
there's
it.
3.
Yes.
But in some, they only show the one. So
yeah, and
it's
their
confusing.
tongues are all cut. There's 3 tongues, like sort of.
yeah. Oh
flailing
yeah.
out,
Yeah.
one
There's
of each.
3. Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
And they kind of get smaller as you.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a hard monster to describe.
And it's hard to even look at and understand what you're seeing.
It is a little confusing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. This
Yeah.
is a
Which I
little
think
strange.
is how it should look as an Oberonth. I think Oberonth should be like, what the fuck? Is
Very
this?
otherworldly, like
Yeah.
very alien in a not
Yeah.
an anatomically correct sort of way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He has bulky and weird spots.
Yep.
I see. His armor just screams. I wonder if it's like cicada screeching kind of.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
absolutely.
Chitter chatter.
Yes, exactly.
The
And
spiders again, Will, from where we worked.
yeah, I know. Oh
Oh God.
Yeah. God, the memories.
God, so many spiders.
So, you had any questions about Obox-Ob, the original Prince of Demons?
Now that I'm looking at this photo, I have some questions, but nothing I want to vocalize now.
All right. Well, with that being said, I think we get ready for a long rest.
I think we should.
Let's do it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the long rest. This is the part of the show where we're just gonna chill the fuck out with our patrons, our new ones specifically, and we really appreciate everybody that goes to patreon.com/the Dungeoncast and drops us a few bones every month. It makes a big old difference in our lives and in the what we're able to do is in terms of improving the quality of this show and starting other shows and doing other projects. It really is a big factor in those things. So I want to say thank you guys very much, and let's do some reads. I don't have our normal list, so if we miss you this time, we're gonna pick you up on the next one. So don't worry. You can always reach out to us on Patreon and let us know if we missed your shout out. We'll shout you out again. It's no problem.
Yeah.
Even if there's a mix up, I shouldn't say again if we missed it. We'll shout you out. We'll put you on the list. So we're gonna start with Joseph Olberding. Joseph Olberding.
Thank you, Joseph. Annual subscriber.
Joseph Olberding. They boosted from monthly to annual, which we appreciate very much.
Indeed.
Joseph, thank you. We've got Adam Petra.
Thank you, Adam.
Woo.
Woo.
We've got Brandon Lukacs.
Thank you, Brandon.
Lukacs? I don't know. Thank you, Brandon. We've got Harmon Weirstand.
Thank you, Harmon.
Thank you, Harmon. And then we've got annual subscriber Slarty Bartfast.
Annual subscriber. Is that the Slarty Bartfast, former president of the galaxy? It's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, is it Slarty
yeah,
Bartfast?
Yeah, one of the main
Hitchhikers?
characters. Yeah, definitely.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's the president of the galaxy during most of the story.
But isn't the
first few
other
books.
guy that they're traveling with supposed to be the president of the galaxy? The one with 2 heads?
Yeah, that's Slarty Bartfast. Isn't that
That's his name?
I'm pretty sure that's his name, Slarty Bartfast. Yeah.
Wow.
That's him.
It's been a
Yeah.
while. Literally, I've read that book I read many of the books 10 years ago or something like that at this point.
It's very good.
Shit.
It's a very good series.
It is very good. It just goes off none of it's really on the rails
Oh
necessarily.
yeah, it gets wild.
But it really
Yeah.
goes off the rails.
Especially when you get to book 5 where they go back to the new Earth and they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
remember things.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was strange.
It's very crazy.
The part where they time travel to the end of the universe
Mhm.
and they have they're at that restaurant with
Yeah,
that
that's
cow
book 2.
that wants them to eat them.
Yes, the cow that
That
wants
was
them. Yes.
fucking one
Yeah.
of the wild.
Yeah.
I vividly remember reading that scene and the
Yeah,
universe
that's
is
book 2.
ending in the background of this restaurant.
Yeah,
And
it's
this
the
cow's please.
It's the restaurant at the end of the universe. Yeah.
I've been massaged for your eating pleasure. Or
Yes.
geez, oh my goodness. Well, anyway, thanks, Slarty Bartfast. Cool name if Will's accurate here.
I am accurate.
The Gentleman Gamer.
Thank you, Gentleman Gamer.
Thank you. And then last but certainly not least, Daniel Edwards.
Thank you, Daniel. Annual subscriber.
Annual subscriber. The trumpet player is getting a lot groovier these days.
Yeah, it's more of a saxophone player.
Yeah.
Is he playing the saxophone now?
We're going to switch to saxophone. It's going to be Careless Whispers every time. Man, speaking of Careless Whispers, I was outside of Anaheim Stadium after a hockey game,
Mm-hmm.
and we walked by a guy playing a saxophone, the people I was with,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the dudes I was with bust out a $5 and said "Careless Whispers" and shoved it in this dude's little guitar case or hat or whatever he's taking money in, and he fucking ripped it out perfectly.
Oh shit!
It was so
nice.
dope. Yeah, he was ready for that shit.
Is
He's
that the one where it's like do, 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 do,
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I knew. Yeah,
It memed for a while.
it did.
In the modern age.
Yes, it did.
Cool. Well, that's all we've got, really. You can find us on Discord. The social media landscape is a crazy place, like we said last episode. So
We got links in the description, whether it's Twitter, Mastodon, or Discord, or some other shit that is new now.
yeah, we're trying to figure it out, just like the rest of you guys. So you can follow me on Instagram, Sound Good Inc., if you want to see pictures of the dragon turtle that we have in the backyard. And then I wasn't able to get to the PO box for this batch of episodes, so this episode and the one before it, but I will get to the PO box before we record episode 350. So if you guys sent us something and you were expecting us to see it or read about it, that's why we haven't gotten to it yet and won't get to it until next episode. I'm making a point to get to the PO box. There's such a very small window in which I can go to the PO box, and it's just a wild thing. So are we missing anything? We talked about Baldur's Gate 3. We talked about Patreon. Go check out Star Seekers, subscribe to Drakenstar. There's a link in the description below. We're writing a book about a campaign we played and finished called Super Quest Saga, which you can go listen to. And you can buy the campaign book for that now on BackerKit, which is awesome. Thanks to everybody that has supported us on BackerKit so far and on the greater Kickstarter, making that project possible.
Yeah, all you have to do is go to drakenstar.com or check out Star Seekers Guide to Drakenstar on Kickstarter. If you look us up on BackerKit, it's just going to take you there anyways.
Yeah.
And you can get your pre-orders in. By the way, just so you guys know, the pre-orders include, like, you could get just the PDF. You can get onto the beta testing teams and beta test some of the stuff that we've been developing. You can get a hardcover. You can even order the box set, which is going to include the hardcover, a poster, a dice set, and some other goodies. But yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, let's call it a game.
Let's call it a game. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.